It's 2 minutes past the hours of 8. Yes, I'm going to be calling our brother live. Yes, indeed, from Bradford, the one and only Mr. You me never call him Wakash, you know, Mr. Me. Okay, let me behave myself. Here we go, ding, ling, ling, ling. This is where, now, as they say, the rubber will hit the road. Here we go.
Hello?
Yes, my bro, what you saying, man?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good, Dr. H. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm all right. Good to have you on the online again, bro.
It's good to be back online on the open heart surgery.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How's Bradford, man?
Yeah, Bradford is going good. We're doing big things now. City of Culture 2025.
Yeah, whatever.
A lot of events are happening.
Yes.
It should put a lot of money into Bradford, to help regenerate it and to hopefully bring in tourism as well.
Seeing. So you're very keen with Bradford, yeah?
Dr. H, it's young and hip, unlike you. That's why.
You say whatever, so that this is where it's at. And
Yeah, I'm sure our audience will understand that as well, being young and hip themselves.
Yes, no. Not all the audience young and hip, mate. You got some very, 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 very well seasoned elders, and we're going to recognize them this evening. Big shout out to all the elders and those who have been praying.
shout out.
Yes, those who are praying us through and those who have been supporting us. A big welcome is coming from Manchester to you, Wakash, from Miss J. All right, she says, long time, and welcome back.
Thank you, Miss J.
So you see, you've been special, right? Somebody do know you. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. For that, I'm grateful for this platform.
See, it's good to have you here, bro. We've not been chatting on the radio now for wow. How long is it now?
Yeah, easily, it's been more than 24 months. I feel 2 years now.
Nah, man, go back and it's way back, man. You're talking about because I'm in Scotland now for almost 5 years. So we've not been on the radio together for since 2019, 2018?
Yeah, absolutely. Live in studio. That's been, yeah, wow, 6 years, easy.
Easy, man, easy. But obviously you've left your mark, and obviously you know what I mean. We were very blessed to have you on board because you came and you shared your poetry, and you know what I mean. You were just a delight to reason with, and obviously tonight is not going to be no different.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. How's the weather in your side of the world, man?
Cold, Dr. H. That, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's something similar going all over the UK. I know you're in Scotland. That
It's quite
cold here. I can imagine it being cold there.
Yes, man, it is cold. I mean, the weather is like the temperature is up and down, in it, up and down, up and down. So, but as you said, right, it's a nationwide thing, in it.
absolutely.
Yes, indeed, my brother. So, man, listen, man, long time, man. What's been going on, man? You're Mr. Wakash, though. I can't even call you Wakash no more because, you know what I mean. You've stepped up now. You're a married man, eh?
That's it. That is it, Dr. H. I'm a married man now. I'm counting my blessings every day. I got married in October of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is it? How's married life, man? I mean, how is it? Because I know it's a bold step for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're still she's still currently. I got married in Pakistan overseas.
She's
She's still there. She's studying, and she's actually in her final year as of yesterday.
Okay.
yeah.
Seen. So that's good. What is she studying?
Optometry.
All right. So all
Yeah.
right. So my free specs, is coming up here.
Yeah. Free specs and free eye test, Dr. H.
I'm telling
We
you.
got you covered.
Yeah, but amen, brother, amen.
We got everyone covered. That don't you worry. Once
My wife's over and we set up shop that it'll be Dr. H first and then everyone else who's been supporting me, supporting this platform.
Yes, indeed.
I will give out eye tests and glasses.
Indeed. So do you find it a challenge though? I mean, obviously, you've been there on a more serious occasion. We won't go into that just right yet, but do you find it a challenge though, being here in the UK and she's in lovely Pakistan? Do you get lonely?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
It's I think once you become married, it's something, obviously, you two of you become one, so to speak, and with her
studying as well,
she has to give that time. I'm, giving time here to other things, but I think if she was here or if I was there, it tends to be nice. Like I managed to spend Eid
with her.
Okay.
One of the, the
Eids, it's like a festival that we have in the Islamic faith. We have 2 Eids, and I did manage to spend the small one with her, and it was very nice. It was very nice. It was my first one in Pakistan as well.
Wow, that's supposed to be an experience, eh?
Absolutely. It's as you know, Dr. H, and our listeners, especially if you're from the UK, I don't know how it is internationally. I know we have many listeners internationally that in the UK, when it comes time for Ramadan, you do see a lot of offers being done in the
big supermarkets. You do see
a lot of people gearing up, for the festivities as well. And as you know, we're actually coming up to Ramadan again in a couple of weeks, and it's the one where we keep a fast during the daylight, where we don't eat or drink during the daylight hours.
All right. So how long you refrain from eating and drinking for?
From sunrise to sunset.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So that's what, 12 hours, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. I've not locked it up.
Yes, 12 hours.
But I'd say it's 12, maybe 14 at a push. You'll be done in 14.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because when I used to see you guys do it, it was like, wow, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a long process where you don't drink, you don't eat no food until okay, that's a good spiritual discipline. You know what I mean? Where people fast for that long. I mean, obviously, if you can, and there's no serious medical implications involved, then it wouldn't be a wise choice to go on such a fast. But if you're physically able, you know what I mean, it's a great thing to do. It's a great thing to do. Okay. So, man's married. I'm pretty sure that you're happy, you're contented, and obviously you made me laugh the other day when you had the flu, or should I say when you had the cold.
Yeah.
And you were saying that your wife was telling you one thing, I'm telling you the other thing.
That's it, Dr. H. It was with her, with her advice that I'm actually here.
She, said, put Vicks, that usually when we're ill, we put
Vicks on.
Yes.
Vapor rub.
And she said put it in some, not like boiling water, but hot water, and in a bowl,
and then put a towel over your head and
Yeah.
just drape,
yourself over it, and just inhale the steam.
which is what I did.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And it worked. It did work a treat. So
Yeah, obviously, if she was here herself, instead of advising me on the phone, it would have been a bigger bowl.
bowl.
I'm telling you.
It would have been. It would have been more big. And I don't think my head, once I've got the towel on me, I don't think I would have come up for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But it's good. It's good to know that you know what I mean. You've hooked up and you're happy, and so we're just saying that it's a constant communication over the phone now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, previously, depending, I don't know how, like when phones or smartphones weren't as popular, it used to be you'd get a top up card, you'd speak maybe once a week, you'd just be able to, ring them. But now we can video chat, and we do video chat, and I think it's more like the distance seems like a lot less than maybe if, it was just only phone, like, how it was even 10, 15 years ago, how people would do it.
Yeah, I mean, technology is come a long way in it. As you said, isn't it just a touch of a button, and as you say, your queen is just on your phone, and you can talk. So that's good.
Absolutely.
That is good. That is good. That is good. Okay, it's going 14 minutes past the hours of 8. We're going to take another musical break, and when we get back, we'll be talking to Wakash, the lyricist. Did I say that right?
Yeah, the lyricist, the lyricist.
There you go.
yeah.
There you go. That's to show you. That's to show you how advanced I am. You know what I mean? The lyricist.
That's just your own spin, Dr. H.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Appreciate it, my brother.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. Catch you back over the other side after this song. Indeed. Yes, indeed. That was Marvin Gaye, yo. And remind us this evening at 18 minutes past the hours of 8. What's going on? And hey, boy, that is just a legend in his own right. And obviously, the song is so potent to today's society, as we can see the political madness and the social and civil unrest all over the world. People are asking what's going on. But we know what's going on right now. We have our beloved friend here live and direct. Wakash, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And it's good to have you back, bro. And, sometimes, you reminisce on the back in the days when we used to be at Radio Diamond, right? You remember?
Yeah.
Yes, man. And Legacy, and we would just sit down and rap and so forth. So it's good to have you back, bro. And I know that you've been sharpening up on your poetry skills. You know what I mean? But we will ask you to do a few, just in a wee bit. We know you had a bereavement in your family, right?
Yeah.
You want to share that with us? If you're okay that with it?
Yeah, no.
I'm okay. It's my father passed away. He passed away
this September gone.
And he had cancer. He had it for almost 2 years. So we took him Pakistan. We looked after him, and we were with him
at our ancestral home in our village, right until his last moments.
Okay.
And we buried him in the graveyard there as well.
Okay. So you were saying to me before you went over there that it's most likely that this would be his last trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't even begin to imagine how that feels, knowing that your father you love, this is his last trip. So you honored him by going over and to his ancestry birthplace, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, indeed, yes, indeed, and that must have been an experience. Um, Leaving here, going over there, and obviously from where did you fly from? Is it Manchester?
Manchester.
Yeah, it would have been a very, very thought-provoking flight, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It
Mm,
was, yeah, it just felt surreal at the time.
mm,
Even now, looking back at it, that
How we managed to go back. I mean, prior to this, going back this time, I think we went in July,
mm,
but we went last September, the September before this, and it was in October when I got married. And again, we didn't know, we knew my dad had cancer then. Would I, would he be able to see me get
married,
mm,
and
mm.
we found a
girl? It's just one of those, where a certain level of, or a certain amount of destiny, a certain amount of beliefs involved, Dr. H, because I remember last year when I went, the year before, in September 2023, I said to my father, oh, if I'm going to get married, the girl, she has to be maybe, like a lack of facilities. Sometimes, women, when they get to a certain level of education, they'll get married or they'll move to the city. So got married, with my dad's blessing, her dad's blessing, in our ancestral,
place of worship in the masjid, in the
Mhm,
mosque.
mhm.
It's
been there for many, many years, like maybe, a century old or more.
as
Wow.
you can imagine, like with old churches,
Mhm, mhm,
like
You get them, in a village that it'll be one place of worship, everyone goes, and that was, where we got married.
married,
mhm.
and it was a very
It was a very precious experience because, in my wedding video, we have my dad there and he's happy. He, knew I was his last son to get married, and yeah, we, no expense was spared. We did everything. He's happy. I'm, very happy with my wife. Very grateful, for the opportunity to have got married, and to also have further gone again to, serve
my dad as his caretaker.
Mm,
in these difficult times. I was doing it, looking after him here, looking after him there, my brothers, my mum, and he was a strong man. Like he did many things because again, from the village, generally, listeners, when we're from the village, there's like a lack of facilities, just a lack of general things. And my father, many, many years ago, came to the United Kingdom from Pakistan, Azad Kashmir, from our village in outside of Mirpur called Mawarara. And at that time, it didn't have many things, like there was no hospital on the way. And my dad, along with other trustees, built a hospital on the main road, on the way, that if anyone, God forbid, 10, 20 miles down the road needed to go to Mirpur, which is like the main
City,
mhm.
and it takes
them a good, 2 hours, that they wouldn't have to bleed out. They could get something, done to them. They could get, patched up, so to speak. And he had this, in his mind. He had, other people in his mind, where he made a well, from my understanding, and he made this well and put it in his dad's name, my granddad's, and he got it made so the people of the village could have
water, and didn't charge him.
He made like a woman's, a girl's high school, which, again, due to the lack of resources, lack of funding, education's not very top priority, in a village area or in a more of a rural area. And a girl's education is like less of a priority. So my dad, he managed to facilitate, help, send funds to Pakistan to help these projects get off the ground, and now they're self-sustaining.
Right. So your father was really a very influential and very positive figurehead.
Absolutely. He, was like you could say like a social butterfly, and he, as you said, was very positive. Never heard no negativity
from him.
He always saw the best in people, even if people might not have the best of intentions.
Right.
He always saw the best in them. Because he saw a level of poverty
in his life, which, thank God I've not seen in my life, but he's seen, and it's remained
with him.
Yeah.
Whatever he saw as a child, he's told me stories, and how he did come from poverty, and how there was a lack of food, and it was mud huts. And it humbles me to know this, that I can say it on your radio station, Dr. H, on the open heart surgery, because it's very humbling to know my own background. Maybe people, our overseas listeners here in the UK, might have similar experiences.
That we all
come from a village, before the city became the village, or the city became a town. It was a village, and these were the beginnings.
Yeah, you are correct, because when we look at the social order of any massive cities, they all had a genesis beginning, and you're talking about people who would have left from the rural areas and come into a beginning of a social group, and it expands to, as you said, shops and hospitals and railway stations and all the likes. You know what I'm saying? But we all come from very, very humbling backgrounds. I suppose if you and I were to go back to where we come from, our ancestors started from humble beginnings. And I'm very happy that you brought that up, because it reminds us that, hey, we can't forget where we're coming from. For you to reach the top of the mountain, you have to start at the bottom of the mountain.
Yep.
And yeah, so thank you very much for sharing that, my brother, and it's much appreciated. We're going to take a musical break, and after the musical break, we're going to kindly ask you if you would, as them say, ladies and gentlemen on the street, if you can spit some bars for us. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm prepared.
I know you are, my brother. I know you are. Okay, catch us back in another 5 minutes. I've got a track on my playlist, and it's for Miss J over there in the Manchester area. How you doing, Miss J? I hope you're doing well. And she's asked us to play Des'ree and Feel So High. Catch you back after this. Yes, indeed, that was Des'ree, and that was a request from our sister and friend over there, Miss J in Manchester, and Feeling So High. And we're feeling high this evening, as we have our amazing brother with us this evening, Wakash Ali. No, 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 no. I'm going to call him Mr. Wakash Ali because, you know, he's Mr. now, you see. He's Mr. So welcome back, my brother.
Thank you. It's good to be back, Dr. H.
Yes, indeed. And I'm pretty sure that people are saying, man, don't leave it so long. You know, next time, you should be a constant visitor here. So that's just an int.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Big shout out to our dear sister, one of our female presenters, our dear sister Sweet CC from a undisclosed location. She says, "Hi, how you doing?" I've been listening from the beginning of the show, and it's Irie. So yes, a big shout out, and yeah, just a update on our sister's progress. Our sister Miss Cheetah, she's doing well. She's getting a lot of rest, and I'm pretty sure that she'll be back in no time. But let us keep her in our prayers that she may have a complete and speedy recovery. Big shout out to Dan the Baptist. How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well, and very, very pleasant evening to you indeed. So yes, Mr. Wakash, which one of the poems would you like to share with us this evening?
Yeah, Dr. H. Before that, now that given a few shout outs, I want to give a shout out to, my family that's listening, my sister-in-laws, and, my brother-in-laws, and my extended family as well, and friends that have tuned in. Big shout out. And this first poem I'm going to start off with is called My Pops. And this is a combination of 5 poems I made about my dad, over the course of looking after him, and obviously with his passing as well, and I've combined them into one. So I'm going to be using a word in this immediately called a cut, which is like something that you can lie on outside. I'm not quite too sure what the English word would be, but it's it's homemade, it's designed so you can lie on it, and it's a bit like a hammock.
Okay,
It's got
yes.
legs.
Yes.
It's got legs, so it's not tied to a tree. It's got legs, so it's like that.
Okay.
Sitting on a cot, feeling no breeze, must be around 35 degrees. There is no electricity. On a trip overseas, overseeing my dad's last requests, as I watch him struggle with his breath. Looking after my father, hard times after hard times, seeing his bones outlines. Cancer is a terrible disease. Taking less of the pain relief. In pain, he kept his belief. It was amazing to see. So many lives you've touched. Your time with us was not much. The divine decree was for this to be. When you first found out the news, out of the consultation room, you said to my brother, there are many people who need your help. You were not concerned about yourself. That alone sums you up. Everyone who knows you gives you love. When we were planning to come Pakistan, the whole village was abuzz, not knowing if you'd make it. This request of yours, to see the land you grew up in, was schooled in, that potential that resided within. All your life you did try, you were a humble guy, elevated by the Most High. It is past 12 at night, lying on a bed, listening to the sounds of nature. Fan on me, giving me ease from the fact it is hot and there is no breeze. Now I'm here, lying in Jammu and Kashmir. The half moon I could see has disappeared. My dad's life is drawing near. He's looked after everyone here in his village. Didn't fall into chasing money, women, drinks or drugs. The king who holds grace even in his current hardship. Conditions he's faced in life are some of the harshest. A man so strong, so pure, it was the end of summer 24. So many great things he's done. I knew one day this day would come, the final sunset. There is no regrets. I know everybody says it, but my dad is the best. You knew this life is a mere test. Now, Pops, you rest. Go to a place free from this stress. A place where your loved ones are waiting for you, leaving us loved ones behind. We'll catch up with you in due time. May Allah elevate you in paradise.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing, Wakash. That must have been an experience for you to put pen to paper. And I know you're talented. It's not even, there's not even no guessing game on that. But the way you framed them words, how long did it take to write it?
Dr. H, it was a combination of poems.
So it was a combination of
times I was looking after my dad, there'd be times where he'd be asleep, I'd
be awake.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case he needed something, so I'd be writing, and it was just 5 different poems.
I put them together.
Just literally a couple of days ago, because again in the Islamic faith, it was the night of Shaban, which is like the night where we believe we ask for forgiveness from God, and the night where people who might not live till next year, that's when their deaths are like written. So it was the first one without him, but that was the day I wrote it on that night.
All 5, I combined them. So
it's a beautiful, beautiful poem, and obviously, you kind of like you sat there and you looked at the whole situation, and I'm pretty sure it couldn't have been easy for you. I mean, obviously, easy to pick up the pen and find a piece of paper, or you did it on your phone or on your tablet, but to articulate something like that, it takes a level of strength, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Dr. H, it's just something, between looking after my dad, I see, my poetry as like a form of a release for me, somewhere where I can write my thoughts down, like a safe space as well. It's, I found it very therapeutic that I was able to write these glimpses. Again, none of my poems will ever capture what he was. None of my words, will ever describe him, how he was as a man, his kindness, his generosity, his
foresightness, and it's
just the poetry. Me, just even writing it out, just kind of helped process that I was caring for my dad
whilst he was dying, and this was his wish.
And I knew this was, his wish to, pass away in his village, in his home, his ancestral home. I've seen it on the many trips I've been there, and to be buried there, again, it's something, again, we have in the Islamic faith, there's a belief where every man and woman is born from clay, or they're born from the soil, but that is the soil that they're born from, is the soil they will return to. That he, came, as Dr. H, with the Windrush generation, our, uncles, aunties, fathers, who they've come, faced hardships.
Yeah.
At the time, many, the racism was much more in your face. Many,
acts of violence to, again, come from a place of poverty to come to another place, a new land where they still work, even though they might have not been slaves in name anymore, or indentured servants. They were still slaves because it wasn't the top jobs at the time anyone was getting, and times are different now, but for them to have experienced that, my dad, and then he wanted to go back,
from where he came,
from, after obviously marrying, having children, helping everyone in the village, helping with the facilities. That's what he knew, um, and that in itself is just powerful. My dad had the opportunity to go there and to basically be in his house with his loved ones and pass away there, whereas
Here it would have been in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The furthest thing away from everyone, and maybe to have a select few loved ones there as well, whereas there he was able to be surrounded by everyone, his brothers, his sisters, my mom, my brothers, my wife. The last time before he was in the throes of death was my wife. I rang her and I said this could be it, because his sugar was going very.
It was going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So we could tell, his blood levels, something was up. And she came from Islamabad. So the equivalent would be she's in London, and I've told her to journey to, let's say Manchester, but.
Like, a town outside of Manchester.
Right.
And yes, things have improved, but still, certain roads might not be as good.
They're not as good as the equivalent ones in the UK. It took her about 3-4 hours to come.
Wow.
That's the length of the journey, and she came, and when he saw her, it was like the last time he smiled.
Okay.
He recognized her, smiled at her, and that was it. He literally, after that,
he couldn't recognize anyone. He was in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And, the blood levels were going up and down until he passed away that night.
Okay. So, but you've been bold, you've been strong, and I appreciate you. I remember you were saying before you left that it's going to be a challenging journey, and I was saying, reminding you that we'll be praying for you, and we thank God that you have the boldness and the courage to share with us your experience, and we're here for you as well, as we know that losing a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a loved one is never easy, and the healing process takes years for others. And we're just here to say thank you for sharing that with us. I'm pretty sure that your experience with your father last couple of days and hours would be a very memorable one. Painful at the same time, but it does add to your spiritual maturity and growth. And I'm pretty sure that, throughout the process of your journey, you will look back on those precious days, and you will generate so much more words and so much more creativity in expressing, because you can't express all that you're feeling and all that you went through in just a few words. It's going to take you a lifetime, and I'm pretty sure that throughout your journey you'll be expressing more. All right, we're going to take a short break once again, and once again I'm going to say, Wakash, thank you very much for sharing that personal information with the family. It's much appreciated, and obviously we all have lost someone, and we can relate. So you're in good company. All right, we're going to take another musical break. Catch you back on the other side after this. And obviously, we'll ask our elder brother, or should I say, our young brother, Mr. Wakashali, to continue with his poetry. Catch you back after this.
Absolutely. See you.
Yes, indeed, that was Faith Evans, and reminding us this evening that we all have individuals who have lost along the way, and I've lost loved ones, you've lost loved ones, we've all lost loved ones, and it is our hope that we will meet again in paradise as long as we keep the commandments of Yahweh and walk in the way of Christ, our Lord and Savior. Welcome back, Wakesh, and thank you very much for sharing with us this evening. I just have a few text, or should I say, WhatsApp text, well, same thing. And our sister from the Cameroon island, or should I say, the beautiful continent of Africa. All right, she's in Cameroon. How you doing, Angel? I hope you're doing well. And she says, wow, such an amazing poet or poetry, and thank you for your words of encouragement. So that's for you, Wakash.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for your words of encouragement.
And Miss J says, blessed poem indeed, and healing in the word. All right, so that's from Miss J.
Oh, thank you, Miss J. Appreciate your kind words.
So people can, we do relate, we can understand what it means to see your loved one pass, and what is more, it's more drenched when you sit there and you see they take their last breath and you say, yes, I was there. And it's a blessing for some, and we know that it was a blessing for you. And again, thank you very much for taking the time and the courage actually to speak. I was detecting, or should I say, I was listening to the love and the reverence you had for your father, and it's a beautiful picture indeed. And once again, we say thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you, Dr. H. It's an honor and a privilege to have this opportunity to be on your platform again on the Open Heart Surgery, and to speak to yourself and for our listeners from overseas and locally to listen as well.
Thank you very much. So you have another a few more bars for us. I know we agreed that I know we agreed to you'll be here tonight, but obviously by the looks of things, man, just chill and just keep going. So what's your next point?
Yeah, so this one, you can say it's called "Oh Yourself." It's about maybe fighting negative thoughts.
Forms of depression as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called "Oh Yourself."
Okay, go ahead.
Negative thoughts become automatic. This thing, you can't have it. Failures make you passive. It's time to smash it. Remember the positives and don't be hard on yourself. Breaking the negative thought patterns is a challenge in of itself. A challenge you can rise up to only if you want it. Remembering your prior successes, don't need to wear the Rolexes, just dampen the inner critic. With life, get with it. So many haters, so many cynics. They don't bring you joy, don't let them dampen your spirits. Rise up and do you. You owe yourself that much.
Yes, indeed, and that is so positive. And again, we can say that that's coming from a personal experience, right?
Yeah.
Mm. So the whole concept of that point for me is, self-empowerment is of the utmost importance. And when you have that about yourself, now, when I say self-empowerment, I'm not suggesting that God is not involved, because obviously if you and I are going to be strong, especially in these last days, and obviously especially when we lose loved ones, there has to be a power more greater than us to sustain us. Because as you rightfully say, dealing with the loss of a loved one, and one so near and dear, does sap the energy out of you. It does. And you have to rely on one greater than yourself. to sustain you. As I know you're a God-fearing man yourself, and I'm pretty sure that your dad would have been a God-fearing man himself. So you can relate to your poem from a spiritual point of view, where if God doesn't strengthen you to go through, then it's going to be a very hard and very difficult task to deal with. And not only that, then you have to deal with, as you rightfully say in your poem, people who don't want to be negative,
Mm,
but they can. That makes sense?
absolutely.
Right. And obviously you have people who just downright just rude. You know what I mean? So you just have to
Absolutely.
yeah, so you just have to, like, you know what, okay, I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna do me, but I'm gonna be positive and deal with what I need to deal with. So you're right. You're right. It's a powerful poem indeed. It's a powerful poem. You talked about earlier on. You talked about that your city is hosting the cultural year.
Yeah. City of Culture 2025, Bradford.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say yuck, but anyway. But on a positive note, you thinking about going into and doing some of these poems?
Yeah. Going to give it maybe a couple of more months, to reminisce about my dad, and I'm hoping for the summer to go to these events. There's events happening even now.
But I don't really have the heart to go quite yet. But
Hmm.
I'm looking to hopefully go in a couple of months' time
Okay.
and go to these events and
Yeah, check them out. There's all sorts happening, um, whether it be in the Centenary Square, whether it be in the libraries, or
whether it be in other areas of the city, that
Hmm.
there's always something happening
Hmm.
in relation to the City of Culture.
Okay, so you obviously it sounds like it that you've got your mind made up, and then you're gonna give it a shot. Is it an open mic thing, or are there prizes, things to be won, or is just an open mic thing where you go and you just do your poetry?
yeah, no, I mean, like for everyone, there's like food stalls, variety of foods to try.
And there's like activities for children that
Hmm.
are happening during the year.
So it's like catered for everyone. There's, I think, as of today, there's been, going to be 300 events happening in the city alone. So it's just, it's about finding where they are. But for myself specifically,
It will be more the open mics, maybe some of the food stalls as well.
I
you
hear
know,
you. I
and
hear you. Yeah.
that's it. So be,
gearing up, meeting other poets,
Yes.
familiar faces.
and meeting new poets, because there's just in general, there's many uh like workshops and open mic nights in the poetry scene,
Scattered all around the UK.
Right.
And
especially where I'm located in Bradford. You have Leeds, you have Halifax, you have Huddersfield, you have Dewsbury, and these surrounding areas around Bradford, and they all are holding open mics, and you see a variety of different people at them, and people get inspired as day by day goes, that people get inspired, motivated. They'll attend a workshop, attend a poetry event, and you meet people that way as well. So it's a good thing, meeting aspiring poets.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been on what, 2 occasions? Is it 2 occasions or 1 occasion with you when you did a open mic, live open mic? That was in
Yeah.
Manchester, right?
Oh wow, yeah, that's
So Dr. H, those were the days. We'd go to an open mic, we'd go, for food, we'd go do our work at security, big shout out to the security team, and
we'd chop it up on radio,
Hmm.
your radio show, the open heart surgery. You know,
we'd chop it off out of studio as well. We'd go to Rainbows, go to the pool place there. It's always good to go to.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I know you've been on the circuit for a long time, and obviously, when it comes on to your poet, should I say, your ability, your skills to do poetry, it's quite outstanding that you can put words together in such a way. And I always said to you that we're similar. The difference between you and I is that you literally speak it out. I just put it on radio. You know what I mean? We're just different, but the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same positive vibes. And again, we do appreciate your coming here this evening and sharing with us, especially in a time because we know that you're still going through your grieving process. And much appreciate, bro. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. And from the Kismelek Radio family, we say thank you for coming on, man, and sharing that with us because I know it's not easy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I had a similar experience with what you're going through or what you went through, but not to that extreme. But I can identify and I can empathize, and we all can empathize again because we've all lost somebody near and dear. Okay, on the ground for just notification. Remember, you can catch Mr. Philip Jackson this coming Sunday evening from 4 to the hours of 6. Well, he'll be doing his Sunday evening show, and he did his first one last week, Sunday, and it was brilliant. And we just want to give a big shout out to Philip and to his family over there in Birmingham. Yes, indeed. Remember, you can catch me back here tomorrow morning at the earlier time of 7 a.m. to the hours of 10 a.m. for the open heart surgery. And once again, thank you very much, family, for your support. Big shout out to our dear sister over there in Manchester. How you doing? And we pray that you're doing well. And we give God thanks for your support and for your listening here. Big shout out to our listeners also in the Americas, or should I say in America or the United States. Yes, I should say that, ain't that's better. When I say Americans, no, seriously, because I like to watch documentaries, right? And, I like to watch when they interview like the indigenous people of America. They,
yeah,
they hardly use the word Americans. Americas. That's their traditional way of expressing who they are and the land that they live on. So yes, so big shout out to, and also big shout out to our Facebook listeners, those who are listening on Facebook, and all the various apps that we know that is up and about and going forward. All right. Let me also do another musical break. I'm pretty sure you have a few more poems left, right?
absolutely, Dr. H, absolutely.
So you can just lyrics them out through the whole evenings, yeah?
That's it. We're not going anywhere,
Okay.
dear listeners. Until Dr. H says so.
Okay, so that's good, my brother. So we're gonna be here to the end of the duration. You can manage another hour. Can we finish at 10?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So it's 9 minutes past, going 10 minutes past the hours of 9, and our dear sister Miss J says you are a lyrical genius.
Oh, thank you.
You see, them not said them things about me, you know. I noticed that. I noticed that when the family see strangers come on board, they big up the strangers, and me they just put aside, them just push me one way. Them just say, all right, you just go away, I go sit down, do the show. But yes, in truth, though, yeah, you are that genius, and I've always said it to you. And obviously when we were in Manchester, back in the day, I've always said it to you that you have a very serious gift, and you ought to improve on that gift, and you're doing it, which is good, and I'm very proud of you. Um, at times he says, "Oh, I need a break, Doctor H." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, take the break, but don't."
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
is
mean?
true.
Yeah, it's
That
true.
is true.
I'm not gonna come on live radio and lie on you. You know what I mean?
No, 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 it's true.
So I've always, we've always encouraged each other in our different pursuits. I'm here,
Yeah,
and obviously doing my thing. You're doing your thing. From a different perspective, but as much as powerful and positive it is, and obviously it gives us the courage to don't be ashamed to articulate what you really feel. You know what I mean?
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
that's the power about your poetry. You put your heart in it, and you can tell the difference between those who do it as a talent and those who do it because their heart is in it. It's not just a
Yeah,
talent, it's them, it's who they are. And that's great. And that's what you're doing for us this evening. And again, we do appreciate what you're doing. Okay, we're going to take another musical break, and you can catch us back on the other side. As you can tell, you are with yours truly, Dr. H, and our beloved brother, Mr. Wakash Ali. Catch you back on the other side. Yes, indeed, that was George Banton, and we all have to part one day. And boy, that is just a sobering reminder this evening. Going quarter past the hours of the hour, which is 9. You're here with us this evening. It's the Open Heart Surgery with yours truly, Dr. H in the house, and accompanying me is our beloved brother Wakash Ali, or should I say Mr. Wakash Ali. And it's good to have him on board this evening. And we sincerely hope that as he continues to share with us this evening his poetry, that we all can embrace it, appreciate it, and just ask the Lord to keep on blessing him, that he may just keep on putting them words on paper and sharing with us first here, yes, on Kismet Radio, before he gets famous. Yes, Mercy, he makes sure he shares with us here. That when he gets to the top, he can look back and say, "Kiss me, net back."
absolutely, absolutely, Dr. H.
You know what I mean? like, yes, my brother, you reach. But again, thank you very much for taking time out to drop in. Obviously, again, we respect your grieving process, but God is good. You've come and you decide to share with us. So, what's your next poem?
Yeah, that's no, thank you, Dr. H, for extending this invitation, to your platform. And it's always good to be back, with a friend, and good to be back with, our overseas friends, and, local friends as well. And this, just, with how everyone's been encouraging me with their words. This one actually is for the sisters, I made. So it's called Judged. And I think the poem will speak for itself. So this is called Judged. You go about your day to day, not expecting to be someone's prey. So when brothers have a need to say, you're in the hot seat for Judgment Day. You're busy all the time with many things on your mind, staying focused. All you want to do is shine. But I guess how you look for some brothers is too much. How you walk, how you talk, the fact you even have thoughts. You get judged within seconds. Your day ruined. Words are weapons. They veil it as a suggestion, but they can't cover up their intentions. For you, this judgment is meant to be a lesson, and this is never meant to be questioned. Nobody sees how your heart bleeds, how at night your heart grieves. Brothers see a pretty face, yet you hear unpretty things. Your heart is covered, but it stings. Brothers act like they know you, fed you, clothed you. He stops you in the street to drop some knowledge, not realizing your intelligence. When you counter back, he is astonished. He shows you his caliber as a man. This is double standards. He tries to be heavy-handed. The fact you actually answered rattled his cage. I guess ribs don't play. You're being judged on your past constantly, being judged in the present currently. You'll be judged in your future, definitely.
And Bridging, I couldn't put it no better myself. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You mash me up every time you go down the route, bro. Because you know what I mean. It's so amazing, man. And big shout out to all the sisters who are with us this evening. And with some very positive, powerful sisters do listen to this radio station, and that's you know what I mean. That's a beautiful shout out to the sisters, because what you've just said there, I'm pretty sure that most of the sisters can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Even sisters who are married, you have some brothers that they don't even know that the sisters them are married, and boom, as it says in it, these brothers come up and they try to throw down their lyrics, not knowing that the sisters have some lyrics of themselves. They can defend themselves and they can speak up for themselves. But yeah, thank you. That's quite nice. Are you kind of like, so when is the, remind us again of the celebration that you go to when you do your points?
The fasting.
No. Yeah, the poems for where you're going to be. So
the open mic nights.
Yeah. So what dates are they?
What dates? That they I've not set nothing in stone.
Okay.
But there's many open mic nights.
In Leeds, it's there's one at the Chemic. I've forgotten its name, but it's like a
pub every Thursday night.
Okay.
Also, I've done a few open mic nights, locally in Bradford with Spoke. They, I believe, will be having an open mic night during the summer.
And right now, I do know that they're going around to libraries and they're doing sisters-only events, so sisters can go perform.
They've done Bradford Library, and I believe they might be going to Manningham next.
Okay.
And there's a few libraries that they do go to.
And then there's one in Dewsbury as well that I've attended previously. It's like an open mic night. People go. It's at Dewsbury Library. Again, I'll have to find the times for them, but this one's run by a brother called Muhammad, and the previous one, the one in Bradford's run by a sister called Sharina. So that if you do attend, you'll see them, in these places. And there's obviously many happening in Manchester as well.
Okay. Our dear sister was saying, Miss J said, "Go on, Wakash."
Thank you.
So obviously, that true that poem you just read concerning the sisters, I thought it would go over very well, wouldn't it? And once again, once again, it's like yes, that's a good point to make, and it goes to show you how observant, the brothers them can be. You know what I'm saying? Not all brothers do think alike. Obviously, by your poem this evening concerning the sisters, you kind of indicate that in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a request from our dear sister from a undisclosed location, and we know who that is. She's one of our resident female presenters, and she says I should play that tune again. All right, so I'm going to play this tune in the next couple of minutes, and I pray that we will enjoy. I kind of like the beat. We shall all part one day, and it's a reality, isn't it? That even though we would like to live longer, but the reality is that sometimes God sees fit that we depart, and it's good to part in love and peace. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it is. Okay, I'm gonna drop the track once again, Wakash, and then after this track, I'm gonna ask you to just go straight into the next one, right? Okay. George Banton, and again our dear sister Sweet Cece says, "Could you play that tune again? Haul and pull up." So I am going to listen to what the sister say, and I'm going to haul and pull this one up. Here we go. Yes, indeed. We all have to part one day, but we're not going anywhere just now. It's 25 minutes past the hours of the hour, which is 9. You're tuning to the Hope and Heart Surgery with yours truly, Dr. Agent House, sitting in the seat of my elder brother, Christ Jesus, and accompanying me this evening is Mr. Wakash Ali. You see, that's all I'm going to start calling you now, because, you is Mr. up in here. All right, so that's great. But I've got one of the sisters who are listening is kindly requesting that you speak the poem again. The poem you read before.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, she sent me the text and say I should, tune, say it again. And I'm thinking, true, and say it again. So I thought she wanted me to replay the track. So I did, which I really enjoyed it anyway, come to speak about it. But she was referring to your poem. So could you recite that poem again for us, please?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so it's called Judged. Sister, appreciate your encouragement. So I do want to give what's the plans for this poem. So it's one
piece of 3 poems.
Okay.
And
the concept, it came to me, and basically you've heard of
being, the expression, the judge, jury, and the executioner.
Mm-hmm.
Per poem. So this one's called Judged, or Judge. The next poem in this series will be called Jury, and then the final poem will be called Executioner. I do have the concepts.
I do have the second one written down,
right.
And even parts of
the third. They're like rough demos, so I don't want to really show them, but I just wanted to share that because the sisters go again. So just want to say that there is more to this. So here we go.
Seeing that is such amazing indeed, and that was for our dear sister over there in Manchester, our dear sister Sweet CC, who requested that, and I hope she finds that Very, very interesting indeed. And I'm pretty sure some of the sisters who have to deal with daily harassment and then again, it depends on what you call harassment, don't you? But from the context that you were just taken, yes, some sisters do face that kind of daily harassment, and they just want people to leave them alone, you know.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Let me ask you a personal question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but
Yeah.
on approaching your then becoming wife, did you feel that you were did you feel that you were harassing her, or it was just a kind of no, seriously, a kind of a kind of a kind of nice flowing reasoning, and you both say, yeah, you know what, this is good, this is nice, this is Irie, we're gonna how did it go?
Well, Dr. H, if you were to ask me, I'd say no, it went smoothly, it flowed well. But if you were to ask her, she'd say you came to my house every day.
You came every day
Okay.
before we got married, when we were engaged. Obviously, I went with family, sat with her family as well.
Scene.
I think, there's a difference between, as you were alluding to before, maybe persistence and harassment. That I think it's a thin line, and as men, we should err on the side of caution.
Scene.
But obviously, without persistence, I might have not become married as well, even, with my family's blessing.
Scene.
So there's, always that two sides to a coin.
Yep, definitely. How did the sister-in-laws take you?
Very well. Yeah.
Okay,
Very
okay.
well.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I don't have a sister myself, Dr. H. I've got a mom and no sisters. I don't have a niece. I've got a nephew,
Right.
and I've got right now 4 sister-in-laws and 1 brother-in-law.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's that. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So even in very challenging.
The thing is, my father-in-law, he, Alhamdulillah, all praise due to God. He has worked hard
And is working hard, very diligently, and this is what drew me
towards like him and his family, because he isn't like maybe how everyone else in the village might be. He has all praise due to God.
has turned that into enriching his daughters as well,
Okay.
where he
His eldest daughter, she's married a Scottish lad, one of my brother-in-laws.
Okay.
he's a Scotsman like yourself, Dr. H.
Scene. No, mate. No. I've got 4 flags. I've got the Jamaican flag, the English flag, the Scottish flag, and which else I've got? Just call 3 flags. So, but yeah, I do. Scottish lad. Okay, so is he over there or is he here in Scotland?
No, he's over there. He's got a few flags as well. Don't you worry, Dr. H.
Okay.
You know, the flags, you know.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
You know what it is as well, that his father,
Runs eye camps. It's something, you know, my father did as well.
Okay. Okay.
And it's, you know, their charity is called Vision Again.
and they, you know, run free eye camps. You know, it's a big thing overseas where, you know,
Cataracts is the leading cause of blindness.
Yes. Yeah.
And we have the facilities, all praise due to God, in this country where we can get cataract surgery done.
Mhm.
And over there, because of the lack of facilities, the, you know, lack of resources, they
Right.
don't have this. So a lot of people overseas, you know, do become blind, and this is one of the main causes of blindness.
Right.
So
my brother-in-law's father, you know, this charity called Vision Again, you know, he set it up, he does eye camps, he even gets used glasses from the UK.
and he sends them to Pakistan, to, you know,
Right.
Azad, Jammu and Kashmir, you know, to that region.
You know, of Jammu and Kashmir. So he gives, you know, even if a person's unable to see and they might not be able to go to,
Like, you know, get their eyes tested. They, you know, if they've got 10, 20 glasses in front of them, you just, you know, choose the one which you feel best corrects your vision.
Yes.
so, you know, and that aspect, that again really isn't something, you know, you see, you know, maybe in the village, but thankfully because they've been established as well. And obviously, you know, his father would have seen, or, you know, his grandfather, that same
Level of, you know, poverty that my dad saw. They have this, you know, urge and need, you know, in them to help the best they can, and
Right.
it's, you know, a beautiful thing. And this is also translated into my brother-in-law doing football coaching, you know, workshops for the poor youth
Mm-hmm.
in the area. And you know, again, this is like something you don't hear about, Dr. H, because, you know, mostly Pakistan you know, India and Bangladesh, they're cricket mad.
Yes. They, of course they are in it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, they're more into their cricket. So for him to, you know,
encourage the kids, you know, get a pitch. You know, he's put a lot of money. Me and him, we've, you know, spoken extensively that he's put a lot of money himself, you know.
into this, you know, getting kids kits,
Yes.
you know, Vision Again, you know, football.
You know, association, it's, you know, VAFA. It's very inspiring as well. It's, you know, very productive. And, you know, this is, you know, the eldest sister-in-law. She, you know, is very, what's the word I'm looking for now? Looks after, you know, their kids. They're a very happy family. You know, they're right now in Pakistan, and you know he's doing this, you know, work, you know, with the local youth. You know, it encourages them. It just shows that there's more to life than maybe work. Than
You know, maybe what they're seeing currently, you know, with the poverty and the lack of resources. And, you know, we've been to her house. She's, you know, both of them very nice hosts. You know, the kids are very well mannered, behaved. And, you know, we've had good times, you know, with them. And, yeah, you know,
many more memories to come. And I've got, you know, my other sister-in-law. She's a teacher. You know, she's graduated, and again, this is, you know, something you just don't, you know, really hear. You know, she's married as well, and she teaches, you know, the youth. She teaches, I believe, in a public school, so where the kids go access education for free. You know, again, due to a lack of resources, maybe a lack of, you know, funding, or where, you know, the schools may be, and she teaches there, and it's just very motivating to have her as a sister-in-law again. You know, it goes without mentioning they're all great cooks. I've had a few social events at their houses, and her husband.
He's very much into electronics as well. Obviously there, here we have like
Photocopiers and printers, which are kind of seen maybe as one was in every house, and now they're in libraries, or they're like in certain shops now. I think people they've kind of
don't keep printers or photocopiers at home, but he, runs a shop which does a variety of things. But that's like one of his main things, where he'll photocopy your documents. He'll print them out for you.
And he's going from success to success. And then my third sister-in-law, she
actually got married on the same day as me.
Wow.
To my little cousin. So yeah.
Okay.
Again, she's a great sister-in-law.
And she's doing well. Her and my little cousin, they've both come, to the UK. Pastures are new with this marriage, and they're having, making things work here. And again, goes without saying, a great cook. And it's good stuff. She's actually studied business, and she's done it to a master's level, or slightly higher than a master's.
And again, that's not something you really see in the village. Not because
people don't want their women to be educated, but because of that lack of resource, that lack of
facilities. So obviously people will tend to get
their sons and daughters married, tend to get them working, so there's less time spent on the educational aspect of things. And my wife, again, her doing optometry is, she's the only girl to have gone to Islamabad. This is the equivalent of going from like a
village from Manchester, like 20 miles far from Manchester to go to London.
Okay.
And she's done that, and she's gone, she lives in a hostel, girls' hostel, shout out to my wife, shout out to her friends, final year now.
Yeah.
So, again, that it's unheard of,
to hear that. And my youngest sister-in-law, the younger one, she is studying, but she's also an artist.
Yeah, she draws, she paints pictures, and again, this is very much
we don't really, I think not a lot of many people generally understand creativity. In every community, creativity is very not understood, so people might not get them opportunities. But she's
like got her whole bedroom and it's filled with paintings, and she's made me 2 paintings.
Okay.
Yeah, so one she made like in an hour, crazy.
And another one took slightly longer, but it was about one of my poems. The Sin one. I don't know if you've heard that before, but she took some of them lyrics, and she put her
heart and soul into this painting, which I still do need to collect when I go Pakistan. So
okay, cool. So you are surrounded. Obviously, you're a talented individual, so you're surrounded by talents, which is good. It's 10:15, and I'm going to give you time to say your last. Is it your last poem? You say?
Yeah. Well, it can be the last poem, Dr. H, or we can go.
No, well, I didn't. I'm not actually seeing your itinerary, so I'm asking you how many poems you got left. So we're gonna be here till the hours of 10. So you got about a few good poems, yeah. All right, then we're gonna take a musical break, and when we get back, you can continue with your next poem, right? It's Open Heart Surgery with yours truly, Dr. H, with my beloved guest, Mr. Waqash Ali. And he'll be, again, sharing his amazing talents in the area of poetry. Catch you back after this track. That was Cora Russell there, and reminding us of the power of love, and it's by God's power, grace, and favor. We're here this evening with my brother Waqash Ali, as he's got the final poem for us this evening. And go ahead, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've got this final poem here. But before I get into this, I've got a bit of an announcement to make as well, as it's
Bradford City of Culture 2025, Dr. H, the Open Heart Surgery on this platform that I currently have, I believe, 8 poems, and I'm working on them, and I can't say when.
Okay.
I will be releasing them on the internet soon, and it'll be just a treat just to have them out there for all of our dear listeners to hear, to see, and to leave comments as they're doing, on your show.
Yeah.
And yeah, that will be to be seen, and I'm hoping, I can't say when, but I'm hoping obviously it'll help me as well, with my grieving, so I'll slowly start working on them.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I mean, you always have a platform here, my brother. When you come, you just remind us when you're ready, and obviously, I know the family would be more than happy to have you back here, sharing your gifts and your talents, and obviously sharing with you throughout your grieving process. No problem.
Okay, so this last poem I've got is the second to last poem I have wrote recently. The first one being my pops. So
this one's currently untitled, and yeah, I'll get into it. My poetry is a reflection of my progression. Pessimistic, optimistic, life had me twisted. The time is to refocus, refresh, put the game of life on reset, reassess and reflect, not interested in the button that ejects. Many players haven't felt that squeeze yet. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. The game is not yet done. No point in ejecting the disc. There is more levels to this. Single player, go on multiplayer, get that online support, be in the game with other players and have a talk. Share your thoughts, then compete in the match, see where you're at. Make a mental map, launch an attack. Your teammates got your back, see your progress at last.
Yes, indeed. And you're going to build on that, right?
Yeah, no, Dr. H. Obviously, this is where, isn't it? I don't know if you remember at the start I mentioned about being young and hip and about Bradford and the city of culture.
Yes.
You were laughing.
Of course I was laughing because I don't, Bradford, city of culture? Come on now, son.
Bradford was the youngest city at one point. And,
okay.
Bradford is young and hip. And obviously, this poem is more catered maybe towards a younger, audience, and they'd maybe be able to pick up the more nuances on it. With the comparisons I'm making. But again, it's a poem about depression, and it's a poem about getting help. Getting support as well. That is, it's good to talk. It's always good to talk.
It's true. I mean, obviously, and I'm happy that you shared the nuances to us older folks. We know we know a few nuances ourselves. If we talk it right, then we'll just maybe go and market it. So we're just gonna keep it to ourselves, right? But yeah. On a serious note, though, we I wish you well when you decide to go and do your stand-up open mic at Bradford Festival, and we all here wish you well. We pray that when you come out with your poem, we pray that when you come out with your poems, you will take the time to come out of your busy schedule, come back here, and share with us your experience. And again, can you remind us when is the date of Bradford's thing?
Of Bradford, so it's not set in stone, but it's going to be during the summer. I do know that there's a few more as well, but as soon as I get the dates, I'll obviously share them with you, Dr. H, and for our avid listeners. For your avid listeners, they'll get them, and then hopefully see you guys there.
Scene. Well, being as me is in Scotland, me don't know. Me just don't know yet. You understand? But, as I said, our prayers are going to be with you. And we pray that, you do what you can do and do it well and do it with pride, do it with confidence, do it with passion. And even if you have what they would call a negative vibes, it doesn't matter. As long as you can articulate it and articulate it well, then I'm pretty sure that there are many people there would appreciate it for real.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Once again, it's 3 minutes to the hours of 10. You can catch me back here tomorrow morning at the early times of 7 a.m. to the hours of 10. And I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you, my brother, for taking the time out to drop in here with us this evening. We here at Kismet Radio, we appreciate you being here and obviously sharing through the time of your bereavement, your talents, your gifts. And hey, I hope this experience will push you forward to greater things.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you extending this invitation, Dr. H, having me on your platform. And thank you as well, dear listeners, for listening. And God willing, I'll be back soon as well.
Yes, indeed. And I will be keeping tabs on you, or should I say I'll be calling you from time to time to make sure you're okay. And obviously our family will be praying for you. And yes, indeed, as I said before, you always have a place here on the platform whenever you're ready and you're ready to share with us your poems. Do come back and, hey, we can have this all over again.
Absolutely. Thank you. I hope everyone has a good night.
And before you go, just want to give a big shout out to all your family members over there in Pakistan. Your multitude of sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws. And we pray that they'll give you a lot of thumbs up and positive feedbacks when you talk to them later on.
Absolutely.
So good night from us, my brother.
Good night from me, Dr. H.
And stay safe, stay positive, and remember, you do have people praying for you, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. That was Wakash Ali. Have a nice night, and God bless you all.